Radiomaster have recently released a new range of sensors for their ExpressLRS system. These sensors communicate over the CRFS protocol and they're designed to be used with Radiomaster's range of PWM receivers such as the ER6. These sensors allow you to get telemetry data back from your model without the need for things like a flight controller, and what I'm going to do today is give you an overview of each of the different sensors they have available. We're going to set them up and demonstrate them working here on the bench. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say that Radiomaster did send me these sensors over to take a look at for free. However, they've not paid me to make this video. They've not seen this video before it's been published. And as always, my thoughts are entirely my own. Before we jump in and take a look at each sensor, I want to just talk about compatibility and what hardware you're going to need for these. So, they're designed to be used with Radiomaster's ExpressLRS radios like the TX16S Mark III you see here, TX15, any of the Radiomaster radios that have ExpressLRS built in. Technically, you could actually use these with any radio that has ExpressLRS built in, but obviously designed to be used with Radiomaster. Receiver-wise, they are limited in what receivers you can connect them to. Receivers such as the ER6, the ER8, and ER8G and ER8GV are all compatible. Those receivers all have a dedicated CRFS port on the side of them. If you don't have one of those 4 receivers, they are not directly compatible and an adapter would be required. So, as long as you've got one of the main compatible receivers, you are able to connect these in without any additional hardware. Also, these receivers are able to be daisy-chained or looped, so you can connect multiples of these receivers to your radio receiver. Your receiver will have a single port on it. These will also have a pass-through, an extension port on it as well, allowing you to daisy-chain multiple receivers together. When it comes to the different types of sensors, there are 6 available. We have a GPS sensor for position as well as speed. We have a baro sensor for altitude. We have a brushless motor tacho sensor. We have a gas motor tacho sensor, a cell voltage sensor, and a current sensor. Okay, so we're going to start with the ERS GPS module. This, as I've said, is a CRFS module that's designed to connect to your receiver. It's actually a dual-use unit. It allows you to either send your GPS position information over the connection or send your real-time speed. There is a little button on the front of the module, which is here. You can see here, there's a little button, there's an LED, which will indicate the mode that it's in, so it can either send the GPS information or send the speed. Looking around, it is a small module. They say weighs around 13 grams. We'll pop it on the scales in a minute to confirm. You can see on the top here is the little GPS signal symbol. That's going to tell you where your GPS antenna is. We've got the button on the front, and then looking around on the front, you can see there's a connector there that says out, and on the back, there's a connector there that says in. That's where it allows you to daisy chain your sensors through and out to your receiver. As I've said, this one is a dual use module and it does allow you to select between the 2 different options. We'll just double check the weight of this on the scales just to see what it physically comes out at. 50 grams exactly, and pop it on. You can see it comes in at literally just over 13 grams. Size-wise, the module is 32.8 by 25.5 by 12.8 mil, and it has a power supply input of 3 to 12 volts, and they say it uses 35 milliamp at 5 volts. Just giving you a quick look inside the GPS module because this one isn't housed in clear plastic. You can see there we have the GPS antenna. We have an STM32G0 microcontroller there. And then on the back, we've got our main GPS chipset. This is using a GoTop. It is the GT1612 series, supports up to 10 Hertz, and that is what is providing your positional information. And then you can see we've got a small backup battery down there. Overall, it's quite a small, compact module. It does come in that outside plastic case, but technically you could mount it like this if you wanted to as well. Now, we'll take a look at the sensor in action a little bit more in the video. What we'll do is walk through all of the sensors individually first, and then we'll set them all up. Next, we're going to look at the two tacho sensors. We have an ERS RB01, which is our brushless motor tacho sensor. This allows you to connect 2 wires to your motor, and that will then produce a tacho result once it's correctly configured. We then also have our ERS RC01, which is our gas engine tacho sensor. This is designed to connect and give you it off a fueled engine. Just taking a look at these both, again, they're both sensors designed to offer that pass-through functionality as well. So if we just look at the battery tacho sensor, first of all, we just grab that one out. You can see here that this sensor has a standard pre-wired connector over here for connecting into our receiver. There is a pass-through port there, so that's an input for connecting from another one. And then there's a dedicated cable that comes out this side, 2 wires that you would connect to 2 of the 3 wires on the phases of your motor. Looking at the ERS RC01, again, still a tacho sensor, but this one is obviously designed for gas engines. There you can see again, we have our pre-wired connection on this side. We've got our input for daisy chaining, and then we've got our connections to our CDI motor output. So as you've seen, overall, the sensors are fairly simple. Now, these are designed to be used with Radiomaster's ERS series of receivers. There are specific models that you can use these with without an adapter. Other models will require an adapter depending on if they've got a UART. With regards to the radio, this is all fairly straightforward. You can use any ExpressLRS radio as long as it has the compatible software on board. There are some dedicated Lua scripts for this, which I will show you later. When it comes to connecting these sensors to your receiver, we're going to do it today on the ER6. There is a dedicated port for this here on the back. That is our UART port. So we're going to take the fly lead that came with the GPS and plug that into that. And then we're going to plug in the GPS first. We then have the daisy chain fitting at the back, so we can then continue to plug in the rest of our devices. So here we've got the baro sensor, so we're going to daisy chain that one in as well. So we'll plug that there. We'll then take our voltage sensor for our LiPo. We'll take our current sensor, which is down here, and we'll plug that one in the pass-through as well. So again, just showing you how simple it is. And then we've got our 2 tachos. These aren't going to be connected to motors, but I will plug them in. So we'll daisy chain them into the rest of the system. So plug that into the current sensor there. And then we will plug the other one into there. So that is all of the sensors daisy chained together going down into our receiver. Now, when doing this, do make sure that you have your receiver on the latest firmware. I was doing some testing on this earlier, and whilst I could get some of the sensors to work, I couldn't get them all to show, and that was because the receiver firmware was actually older than I realized. So do make sure that you have upgraded the firmware on your ExpressLRS receiver as well as your radio to the latest version. To be able to configure these sensors correctly on your radio, you are going to need to install the Radiomaster Sensors Lua script. This is available from the Radiomaster website. If you go on the website under Accessories, click on the ERS sensor series, and then if you click on one of the sensors, if we click today on the voltage sensor, if we scroll down to the bottom, you will actually see there's an area where there are 2 Lua scripts. There is a general Lua script, which is called the Radiomaster Sensor Configurator, which is for the configuration on all of the sensors. And then some sensors will also have their own specific Lua as well for displaying their own values. Once you've installed the Lua scripts on your radio, you're then ready to power your system up. Here I've got the receiver being powered from a small LiPo off to the side. You can see now we have all of the LEDs lit up on our sensors, our current sensor, our GPS, our baro, and I've also connected a 6S pack to our voltage sensor as well. Now, we will use those scripts we've installed to do the configuration. However, it is just worth me noting that all of the information from these sensors will come through in the usual telemetry section of your radio. So if we go into our model settings and go to our telemetry page for our sensors, here we have the sensors for my receiver. So this is the normal sensors. However, if we do a discover new, now all of these are connected, you should start to see all of the other sensors get picked up by the radio. So you can see all of these additional sensors have now started to come in. We've got the RPM, vehicle speed, we've got the altitude, our GPS sats. All of these other options have now appeared on the display that we didn't have before. As I've said, there is also a dedicated configuration app. That is the one we installed earlier. We're going to go into our system, and that is the app called RM Sensors. If you click on this, you should now see all of the sensors get detected. You can see at the top, we've got our GPS, our baro, our cell sensor, and all of these are being detected in the order that they've been connected in the daisy chain. And within each of these, there's individual configurable options. Not every sensor has options that you can change, but if we go on to the GPS as an example, there are options such as things like LED on and off. So we can turn the LED on and off on the sensor if we want to. You've got options like turning on and off the sensor power, reboot the sensor, and we've also got for the GPS mode selection. This is what allows us to select between the different modes, whether it's speed or position mode. So there's a custom mode. We've then got global mode, and you can swap between the two, and that will change the mode on the GPS. You can see the little LED has changed color as well. I won't go through all of the options for every sensor, but if we go down to the cell sensor as an example, there are things like calibration options included. You can do things like set the cell ID, set the cell combined, so just to show the combined voltage or individuals, and we can even do things like change the unit or set the cell calibration manually here. Once you've checked all of this and you can see all of your sensors are working, you're then ready to be able to use that data within your radio. As I've said already, you can get to this data from the telemetry screen within your model settings, but there are also widgets that you can use this data in. Radiomaster have that dedicated widget for the cell sensor that is available to install on the home screen. So if we go into our telemetry settings, set up widgets, we can go into our widgets and click on that cells value widget. That's the one we installed earlier. We can then select the option for it, and we need to select cells. So that is the option that was found when we did the scan. So we just need to scroll down until we find that one. There we go. We want cells. You then have this widget that shows you the individual cell voltages. We have our battery capacity percentage, our total pack voltage, as well as our cell deviation voltage shown too. And again, you can import all of the information from those sensors, building yourself up your own custom telemetry screen within your radio. So, as you can see, these sensors are really good if you're building yourself a fixed-wing, ground-based vehicle where you don't have a flight controller in the middle, you don't have iNav, Ardra Betaflight, anything providing the information, whereas you still need to get that data. This is going to allow you to do it, whether it's the battery cell voltages, current, GPS. This is all available, and you can get them from the Radiomaster website. They're not particularly expensive. The pricing does vary depending on the sensor, and what I like about them is that you can easily daisy chain them as well. And if you're interested in getting them, there will be a link to them down below in the description. So that's pretty much it from me on this one. I hope you found it useful. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. If you'd like to support the channel to allow us to keep making content like this, please do consider checking out the links to my Patreon as well as Buy Me a Coffee. It is only through the support of my patrons I'm able to keep making content on this channel. And if you'd like to support us, please check it out. I want to say a massive thank you to all of my Patreons. We would not be able to do this without your support. Anyway, that's it from me. Look after yourself, stay safe, and I will speak to you soon.